Hey guys, I am coming to you guys because I like to do a video every week or so, and right now this is something that's been on my mind lately because with times being so uncertain and there are a lot of stresses right now on everybody, anxiety is one of the things that kind of likes to try to creep back in if you're battling that. And I just wanted to tell y'all my story and real quick some things that have always helped me. I've always been very open about my anxiety. It's not something I hide. I kind of felt like I had to be open about it because of the person I was before. Just really loud and outgoing and loved to do all kinds of things. And then anxiety hit me and I completely was shut off from everything. So what happened is I had a panic attack doing hair one day. Some of you may not know, but I was a hairstylist for almost 10 years before. And in the middle of doing a haircut, I just suddenly started having a panic attack. And then after that, I just spiraled and I could not get it together. So I ended up having to take a leave of absence from my job. I had to take, weeks off of work. I was on my couch crying, and so the anxiety turned into depression. It was a whole big thing, and I'm not ashamed of it. I've read somewhere that when you can talk about something without crying, it means that you have healed, and I wouldn't say I'm 100% healed because there's always times where the anxiety tries to creep back in, but I can talk about it without crying. And I like to share my story because it's helped a lot of people. So anyways, after taking that leave of absence, I still couldn't get it together, so I actually had to quit my job. I quit an amazing job. I managed a salon with 7 amazing girls. I had then and still have a great marriage, a great family, all kinds of things that were just perfect in my life, and I still, this hit me out of nowhere. So it does not discriminate. You don't have to have anything tragic happen to you to have panic and anxiety and even depression. So I just wanted to share that story with y'all to let you know some of the things that I do and have done that really help me. So I wrote them on a list so that I didn't forget them. But one thing is definitely the things that you watch and read and like the music you listen to really can affect your mood. For example, I love Chris Stapleton radio. I love all that bluesy music. I love all of his stuff. But I can't listen to that like on repeat 24/7 because that is a very like melancholy tone and it kind of gets you feeling just kind of like, and so that affects my mood. I don't watch like sappy, sad movies, stuff like that. I like to watch things that make me laugh because that will affect your mood. Reading books, you really get involved in the book and you kind of really feel like you're part of what's going on, and that can make your imagination go off on a tangent. Something else that isn't the popular thing to talk about is you have to be careful about the people you surround yourself with. You are allowed to cut people out of your life that are not helping you become the better person. You also have to be careful because some people seem like they are helping you, but they're not. They're enabling you. Or they seem like they're your friend, maybe, but they are actually watching you fail. And they like that, which obviously is not a real friend. And so the bigger thing there is though you have to be careful of the enablers, because those are the people who will let you stay in your hole that you've sunken into, and you can't find your way out, and they're not helping you to get out. It's hard to pinpoint those people too, because you feel like you're helping. You know how an addict sometimes like their, say, mom is their best friend and their mom is giving them the money to go buy the drugs, and the mom says that they're just helping, but they're enabling. So that can happen with your anxiety and depression too. Definitely exercising is on the list. I know that it can seem like that is the last thing you want to do whenever you're super anxious or you're depressed, but let me tell you, it's like a science. It gets the endorphins, it gets things going, and it will make you feel better. You have to just make yourself do it. If you want to beat the anxiety, or if you want to beat the depression and get better, you have to make yourself do these things. And I can say that because I've been in it. I have been in the place where I didn't want to do anything other than sleep. I wanted my days to be as short as possible, just because all I could think of is, okay, if I make it to this evening, I can go to bed and I've made it another day. Now, please don't get me wrong. I never was suicidal. I never thought about hurting myself. I never thought about hurting anybody else. Those were not things that I battled, but I did battle just feeling like the days were so long, and I just really wanted to go to bed because that meant I made it through another day. So I felt it, and so you can't say I don't know how that feels, because I do. Some other things is the sunshine. You know, doctors prescribe people that are, you know, in Seattle in cloudy, rainy places to go to the tanning bed, because the sunshine, you need those vitamins from the sunshine. You need to open your blinds and let that sunlight in. It will affect your mood. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, counseling or therapy. I went to a counselor, and I actually, the entire first hour, I sobbed. I don't even know if I said many words. I just cried and cried and cried. And then the next time I went, probably like the same week or whatever, same person, and I sobbed most of the time, but I was able to, you know, to not cry a little bit. And then the next time, it was a little less. So the counseling was working, you know, things, she was helping me with coping mechanisms. One thing that I really, really love, and I use also with my son who has some anxiety, is whenever you are like jumping to conclusions or you're thinking the worst. One thing was, they call that fortune telling. And I'm not a fortune teller. I don't know what's gonna happen. And so whenever I think the worst of the situation, because I'm already predicting the future before it even happens, you can't do that. Like, you need to like check yourself and be like, hey, wait, I just made up an ending that probably isn't gonna happen, and to a story that hasn't even happened yet. So that was a big thing that I learned through counseling. And I'm a big person with counseling and therapy. Journaling, I'm personally just somebody that likes to write a lot. I always have. So sometimes just putting your thoughts down on a piece of paper will really help you. And I think that covers all of them except the last one. And this is the unpopular opinion with a lot of people, but take medicine. Y'all, I take anxiety medicine. I don't want to, but it helps me to live a better life. And like, why wouldn't I? If you gave me a medicine and you said, okay, if you take this medicine, you're gonna live 10 years, or your life is gonna be cut 10 years short. You're not gonna live the last 10 years. But these other years that you're alive, you're gonna be able to enjoy life. Well, by God, take those 10 years off of my life, because enjoying my life and having less anxiety and worrying and jumping to conclusions and fortune telling and telling, you know, trying to just do all those things, it is so worth it. And what are the odds? My phone rang and it was a telemarketer. Why didn't I do not disturb? Oh my gosh. So anyways, it is so worth it to me to take a pill and to feel better, and to not have those anxiety and depression feelings. So if it takes it, then take some medicine, whatever. It's not the end of the world. So I just wanted to tell y'all my story real quick, because it's really important to me to share that, because it is unreal the amount of people that text me or message me and let me know that me being open about it has helped them to be to address their anxiety and be open about it. Like, it's seriously, it's crazy how many people say that. And that makes me feel good, because that means that me being so raw and open has really helped someone else, and that's important to me. So it's a tough time right now. We are all like in this together. There is comfort in that. I know this sounds terrible, but misery loves company, and there's a comfort knowing that all of us are struggling right now. Not maybe with the same things, but it is a stressful world at this very moment, which is April of 2020, and we're in it together. And I am always here to help someone that is having some anxiety or anything like that. You are always welcome to reach out to me. And there's lots of people that go through it. You are not alone. So thanks, guys.